Marsden the Rise. As always, we've got the very best in music, from rock and roll to drum and bass. And if you don't know what drum and bass is, then it's a sure sign you're getting older. It's not your eyesight or your hearing that's first to go, it's your taste in music. Like when you're watching the telly and your mum and dad say, they look stupid, they're singing nonsense, and you can't tell if they're boys or girls. And you say, Mum, it's the Teletubbies. Pop creates the generation gap, and parents shouldn't understand your music. I bet Beethoven's parents thought he looked a right girl in that wig. If that's his fifth, heaven knows what his first was like. It's hard to imagine now, but in his day, even Cliff Richard was considered a menace to society. You know, some radio stations even refused to play his records. Whereas these days, yeah, well, whether you're an old rocker with your 78s or an indie kid with your mini CD, we've got something from every decade right here. And right now, a man who's had hits from the last 4 of them. How will the man who's going to be him measure up? Let's see. Star guest number 1.
My name is Richard Marsden. I'm 34 years old and I live in Sheffield. Yeah, I live with my wife, Donna, who's a psychiatric nurse, and we've got 2 children, Luke, who is 8, and Hope, who is 6. Me and my wife have been together for 12 years. We met in a nightclub on Friday the 13th. Since then, it's always been our lucky day. I'm a quantity surveyor for Henry Boot Fast Track. My job entails working all over the country. I'm currently working at King's Cross Station, where we're providing a new ticket office and passenger lounges. I used to race pigeons. At one time I used to have about 70, but I've been forced to pack in racing due to studying for an MBA in construction management. I now keep 5 just for an interest. When I was 30, my wife put my name down for a karaoke contest on holiday. I was that nervous, she had to drag me from behind the bar, but I got up and sang a Matt Monro song. Since then, she's created a monster.
And here comes a monster performance from Richard Marsden. Now, Richard, your boss, Brian, has been very supportive with you coming on the show, hasn't he?
That's right, yes.
Yes. Tell us what he said to you when he found out you were coming here.
Well, he's a bit of a singer himself, so he asked if I could ask if they've ever had a Dean Martin or a Tony Bennett, so he could apply.
Is he any good?
Well, we did a Christmas dinner dance last year at the Works Christmas Do, and we did a Boys Own single together.
Oh, right. And who were you?
I did the Ronan Keating part,
Right,
and Brian did the small guy, Stephen.
Stephen
Yeah,
Gately.
yeah.
All right. But he wants to be Dean Martin, does he?
Yes.
How old is Brian?
63.
63. Lovely. Well, that'll keep our makeup department awake all night, but we do like a challenge, Brian, so there'll be an application form on its way to you. Tell us a little bit about the person that you're going to be tonight, because you've got... The first thing is that you've got something in common with him, haven't you?
That's right. Well, we're both from Sheffield.
Yeah.
He formed a group in the 60s called Vance Arnold and the Avengers, who became the support group for the Hollies. He's had hits in the 60s, 70s, 80s and 90s.
Oh, yes. Tell us who you're going to be tonight, Richard.
Tonight, Matthew, I'm going to be Joe Cocker.
Joe Cocker! Britain's greatest soul voice tonight, singing live. Richard Marsden is Joe Cocker!
So beautiful to me. You are so beautiful to me. Can't you see? so beautiful. To me, can't you see? You're everything I hope for, everything I need. You are so beautiful to me.
Well done. It's such a stunning performance. You could get loads of work after this. Well, it won't be for advertising shampoo, obviously.
No.
But I'd just like to tell Brian, this is the standard you're up against. Never mind your Stephen Gately. 63. That was lovely. What were you thinking when you did that?
Just thinking of my wife, Donna.
No, that set her off. Ladies and gentlemen, Richard Marsden as Joe Cocker. America is the home of soul, but when a great British soul singer comes along, we can sell coal to Newcastle or soul to New York anytime. Joe Cocker did it in the 60s, and our next star did it in the 90s. But the girl who'll become her tonight is more a child of the 70s. A real groovy chick is star guest number 2. However, some viewers may find these clothes distressing.
My name's Sarah Jane Tewson. I am 25 years old. I live at home in Orsey Park, Coventry, just myself and my son Ben, who is nearly 9 months old. I'm really fortunate to have a job that I enjoy so much. I work at 70s theme bar Flares in the city centre. The moment I walk through the door, I have to rush upstairs, get into my glittery wig, full makeup and 70s gear, and get down and boogie. When I'm not working, I have a lot of spare time during the day. I spend most of my time with my son Ben, and the rest of the time I like to spend my time in the gym. I'm looking forward to the whole experience of Stars in Their Eyes. I think the thing that will tickle me most about it is walking through the doors, having said, "Tonight, Matthew, I am." I think if I get through that without laughing, that'll be an achievement in itself.
She's swapping the fright wig for a bob, and here with more clues is Sarah Jane Tewson. You've been on television before, haven't you?
Yes, I
And I
have.
think it's time you confessed how you got on.
OK, I worked in Butlins as a redcoat in 1995, and I was informed that they were going to perform Songs of Praise live from the centre. Yeah. We all desperately wanted to get on, obviously, and I was part of the entertainment show team. So they came and interviewed me, and they said, "Oh, we're going to do Songs of Praise from here, blah, blah, blah." And I said, "Oh, yes, I go to a Catholic school, I sing in a choir, I go to church every day."
And you got on?
And I got on, and I was the principal singer, but they forgot to tell me that they were going to interview me on television.
And you lied again.
And I
don't
lied.
you? Tell us a bit about the person you're going to be.
Well, the person I'm going to be presented a children's programme in the 80s called Razzmatazz. In the 1990s, she won the Brit Award for the Best Female Newcomer, and most recently, she starred in a film called Swing, when she was playing a jazz singer.
OK, so tell us who you're going to be tonight without laughing.
Tonight, Matthew, I'm going to be Lisa Stansfield.
Lisa Stansfield! One day Rochdale, the next the world. Tonight, singing live, Sarah Jane Tewson is Lisa Stansfield!
He's home again. his head in shame. He doesn't see her like he used to do. 'Cause now he's too wrapped up in working for his pay. He hasn't seen the pain he's put her through. Attention that he paid just vanished in the haze. He remembers how it used to be, when he used to say, yeah, yeah, you'll always be your lady, yeah. 'Cause you're an old woman from Monday to Sunday. I love you much more than you know. You're a classy lady, yeah. 'Cause you're an old woman. This woman needs a little love to keep her. Whoa, 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 whoa. Old woman. Ooh, you're a classy lady. 'Cause you're an old woman.
I think Songs of Praise will have forgiven you now. Well, you're obviously here for all the right reasons, aren't you? Now, you did this for a very special reason tonight, didn't you?
Yeah,
Who was this for?
did it especially for my granddad.
It's for Grandad. Ladies and gentlemen, Sarah Jane Tewson as Lisa Stansfield. Two more star guests to come after the break, but before then, here's my thought for the day. If heaven is a place on earth and heaven must be missing an angel, then surely they could call lost property. But if heaven is a place on earth, then where is it? Hot Chocolate told us heaven is on the back seat of my Cadillac, and Paul Young says heaven can wait. So what's he doing waiting on the back seat of my Cadillac when there's an angel missing? Heaven knows I'm miserable now. Bye.
When I first got out of prison in Texas for murder, when they let me out in 1979, I said, what I'm gonna be now
is a bounty hunter. Once a sinner, now a saint. The dog is out to judge them all.
it's war now. Okay, showtime.
Dog the Bounty Hunter. Saturday and Sunday at 8 on FTN.
Dave's a chain smoker. He thinks he struck lucky with some cheap fags. He got from Mick. One of 20 cartons he got from Tony, who's just finished a stretch for GBH that he committed while he was working for Frank, who deals in all kinds of dodgy stuff. And is supplied by people who will smuggle anything, do anything, for the price of a cheap packet of fags. Don't be blind to the crime. Call Customs Confidential on 0800 59 5000. Break the chain.
This girl, she's our age, and she's a detective.
And you are?
Veronica. Mars.
So, who are you going to send to prison for the rest of his natural-born days?
You let this happen! I'm gonna catch the rapist, see him crucified. You wanna know why I do it? Here it comes.
You're under arrest for the murder of your father.
Veronica, something bad is going on. What were you looking for? The truth?
Don't miss the hit US drama Veronica Mars, Tuesday at 9, only on Trouble.
Welcome back to Star Stars in Their Eyes. I've been thinking, and I've got it sorted now. You see, the place on earth where heaven is the back seat of my Cadillac, where it's waiting for the missing angel. And if it's not, then it's just behind those doors. And there's only 3 steps to it. Do you get it? 3 steps to heaven. You see? 3 steps, doors, steps to them, heaven. And you think I talk rubbish, don't you? We've already seen 2 superstars, and here comes the third. Our next star guest likes the easy life. When he's not singing at the pub, he's swinging at the club. Time to tee off with star guest number 3.
My name's Andrew Walker. I live in Risley, which is a little village in Derbyshire, and I'm 30 years of age. I live on a golf course with my mother and my stepfather, which is very, very handy. Seeing that they own it, I can get out and play golf whenever I like. I started playing guitar when I was 7, and when I was 14, I joined my first band, and nowadays I'm a guitar vocalist. I think the night I go on Stars in Their Eyes, it'll be very, very nerve-wracking. I've never been on television before, and that is something that I'm a little bit apprehensive about, but nevertheless, I'm going to give it my all, because I really want to do it. The thing I'm looking forward to with going on Stars in Their Eyes is to meet Matthew, because it'd be nice to be able to see somebody who's obviously nearly as tall as me, I think. So I'm going to give him a run for his money with the height, I think.
He'll be playing in a very select club tonight, so please welcome Andrew Walker. Now, when you were very young, you entered a talent show and something terrible happened.
Yes, I was in a talent competition at Mablethorpe, and I was halfway through The House of the Rising Sun with my little guitar around my neck when my voice broke.
That's awful. Will you give me a little demonstration?
I'll try. It's very hard nowadays. Like, there is a house in the... And ended up yodeling the whole thing, so I ran off the stage in embarrassment.
So tell us a little bit about the person that you're going to be.
The person I'm going to be tonight, Matthew, used to be a child protege on the accordion.
All right. Well, that's narrowed the field a bit then, hasn't it?
Yes. He also sold out the fastest and the largest number of tickets on Broadway.
Well, we're getting nearer now. And what happened in '94?
In 1994, he opened in the West End with a musical featuring one of his super hits.
And what was the song?
It was Copacabana.
So who are you going to be tonight, Andrew?
Tonight, Matthew, I'm going to be Barry Manilow.
Barry Manilow! The man who makes the whole world sing tonight, singing live, Andrew Walker is Barry Manilow!
I remember all my life feeling down as cold as ice. Shadows of a man, a face through a window, crying in the night. The night goes into morning, just another day. Happy people pass my way, looking in their eyes, I see a memory I never realized. How happy you made me, oh Mandy. Oh, you came and you gave without taking, but I sent you away, oh Mandy. Oh, you kissed me and stopped me from shaking, and I need you today, oh Mandy. Standing on the edge of time, I've walked away when love was mine. Caught up in a world of uphill climbing, the tears are in my mind, and nothing is rhyming, oh Mandy. Oh, you came and you gave without taking, but I sent you away, oh Mandy. Oh, you kissed me and stopped me from shaking.
thousands of hairdressers all over the country weeping. You'll have somebody's eye out with that if you're not careful. I will tell you, actually, Andrew was a little bit nervous about singing here tonight. So, did you enjoy yourself?
I've loved every minute.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's been brilliant.
You could tell as well, and you were spot on. Ladies and gentlemen, Andrew Walker as Barry Manilow. Our next star guest began her career in a band whose name suggested they'd be around forever. But she left to go solo and get married. Yes, you've got it. Could be anyone. But if she ever wants her wedding ring valued, she should call star guest number 4.
My name's Amy Rowlands, I'm 20 years old and I live in Larkhill just outside Salisbury with my husband Chris and my little cat Lil. We've moved to Salisbury quite recently because it's his job, because it's in the army. Obviously he can get posted anywhere in the world. I work in a jeweller's in Salisbury. It's a great job, I work full time, keeps me busy. I first wanted to be on Stars in Their Eyes because I've watched the show and I really know I can do that, and I've always wanted to be on it. And when this person brought this song out, I had a go, and everybody was saying, you know, you really sound like her, you know, why don't you just have a go? And I thought, all right then, why not? And it's the 3rd time I've tried. I wasn't going to give up until I got on. I was recommended to take kelp supplements by somebody because the person I'm going to be has got longer hair than me, so the person recommended I start taking them. And because it started working so brilliantly, everybody at work thought it'd be such a good idea to start taking them too. And so at work every day we have to remind ourselves to take our kelp supplements before we open. Yes, I know you don't like taking them.
Keep taking the tablets and welcome Amy Rowland. I've seen some people do some things to get on this show, but you took kelp tablets.
I did, yeah.
Why again did you take them?
Well, I was recommended by one of the people that work here, actually. The lady I'm going to be tonight, she's got longer hair than me. And so I thought, well, give it a go. And my hair's grown 3 inches in 3 months, so it seemed to have worked.
That's marvellous. Now, you've got a lot of things in common with the person that you're going to be tonight, haven't you?
I have, yes. We've both got the same middle name. We're both vegetarians. Our moms have got the same name. I even used to fancy her husband that she's married to now, yeah.
Tell us a little bit more.
Yeah, sure. She first appeared in a Colgate advert with Baby Spice.
Yes.
Last year she was nominated as the 2nd sexiest woman on the planet.
Fabulous.
And her surname used to be Nerding and now it's Redknapp.
Well, that should give it away. Tell us who you're going to be tonight, Amy.
Well, tonight, Matthew, I'm going to be Louise.
Louise! The eternal soloist tonight singing live, Amy Rowland is Louise!
Here I go again, and there's your body next to mine. Just imagining you're here holding me. The thought of you just burning me inside. People say you'll end up hurting me. If only they could see what I see and know you're wish you were. Light of my life, light of my life. Your love, one thing in life that I'm sure of. Oh, baby, shine on, make me believe you're the right one for me. Say you'll be, forever be. Guide me through the dark times, give me something to believe. Light of my
You are so like her. There's footballers queuing up outside. Actually, you did say that you quite fancied Louise's husband, didn't you?
I did, yeah, but I'm married myself now, so shh, I can't say that anymore.
Oh, really? Well, I think with a performance like that, you could swap your husband for Jamie Redknapp. Would you go for that?
No, it's all right.
Ladies and gentlemen, Amy Rowlands as Louise. Our star guests have a difficult job, but the toughest task of all is down to our studio audience, who have to choose between 5 fantastic performances, with one to come after the break. So let me give you some clues to a singer. Whatever her first hit was about, it's a mystery. In the early 80s, she virtually kept the makeup business afloat, and now you'll find her presenting TV shows. Who is she? Try and guess, and I'll tell you after the break. Bye.
In the beginning, he created darts.
That's a bullseye!
And he saw that it was good. So over the next week, he threw in the great unwashed.
I'm a domestic engineer, I think they're called.
Get a job.
Fabulous wealth.
£7.
Go on. And life-changing prizes, like a trouser press. And on the Monday, he sat back and thought to himself, you can't beat a bit of bully. All new Bullseye, Saturday and Sunday at 6, new to FTN.
Life depends on the warmth of the sun being trapped by a layer of gases that surround the Earth. We now produce so much of these heat-trapping gases that the world is getting warmer, causing climates to change and threatening our way of life. As the world gets warmer, the extreme effects we have witnessed may become more frequent, making our planet a more hostile place to live.
It's the hottest day ever recorded in Britain.
If we could see the gases, the causes of the problem would be obvious to everyone. And if you could see the effect we are having on our planet, you'd do something about it. The solutions exist, and it's not too late to make a difference, but we have to act now, today. Government, industry, and individuals acting together to tackle the problem. For more information and to get involved, visit climatechallenge.gov.uk. Tomorrow's climate is today's challenge.
One
Britain's best historic site. Log on to uktvhistory.co.uk and make your mark on the map.
Welcome back to Stars in Their Eyes. So, who is the singer whose lyrics were a mystery, wore outrageous makeup, and has a really cute way of saying her S's? The answer, of course, is Toyah, who's not on the show tonight. Ah, you see, you all got smug then, didn't you? We like to keep you guessing, but I can tell you our next singer is a female star from the 70s. Part of this show is all about makeovers, so if you're around Abingdon and suddenly think, ooh, my nails could do with a polish, we've all done it, haven't we? Come on, admit it. Oh, it's just me then. Here's star guest number 5.
My name's Sarah James, I'm 24 and I live in Abingdon in Oxfordshire. I live with my husband Patrick and my little dog Scrappy. My mum used to be a professional singer just in pubs and clubs, and I think that's where I inherit my voice from. I applied for Stars in Their Eyes because my friends and family kept pestering me. So when I had the phone call to tell me that I'd actually got on to the first audition, I was completely gobsmacked. My friend Sam's a nail technician, and at the moment she's giving me training to do a full set of nails. It looks easy to do when you're watching somebody else doing it, but when you're doing it yourself, it's very fiddly. I've never actually sung it in front of a live audience before, but I've done a couple of karaokes, but I'd had a couple of drinks, so this is going to be something totally different for me. How's that?
Not just her nails getting a makeover tonight. Please welcome Sarah James. Now, you talked about your little dog, Scrappy. You love your little dog, don't you?
Yeah, I do, yeah. He's my baby.
Really?
Yeah.
He's a very eccentric dog, isn't he?
Yeah, he is a bit. He actually does a handstand when he spends a penny.
Oh. What, his front paws?
Yeah, he literally goes up right into the air. And to top it off, he sways side to side as well.
Yeah. I'm trying not to picture the consequences of this. Now, you're a big fan of the person that you're going to be. Tell me why.
Yeah, I've been a fan of hers ever since, you know, as far back as I can remember. I just love her voice. It's just a haunting, beautiful voice.
I just want 2 very short clues about the person that you're going to be, because she's very famous.
She was #1 in the 70s.
Yeah?
And the other half of her group was her brother Richard.
I think that's given it away. Tell us who you're going to be tonight.
Tonight, Matthew, I'm going to be Karen Carpenter.
Karen Carpenter! Pop Purest Voice is back tonight, singing live. Sarah James is Karen Carpenter!
Talking to myself and thinking. Sometimes I like to quit. Nothing ever seems to fit. Hanging around, nothing to do but frown. Rainy days and Mondays always get me down. What I used to call blues. Nothing is really wrong. Feeling like we don't belong. Walking around some kind of lonely cloud. Rainy days and Mondays always get me down. Funny, but it seems I always wind up here with you. Nice to know somebody loves me. Funny, but it seems that it's the only thing to do. Run and find the one who loves me. What gone before. No need to talk it out. We know what it's all about. Hanging around, nothing to do but frown. Rainy days and Mondays always get me down. Hanging around, nothing to do but frown. Rainy days and Mondays always get me down.
And you did say you got your singing voice from your mother. Well, your mother must be a fabulous singer. Actually, you could have got the voice from Karen Carpenter herself. It was so spot on. Honestly, it brought great memories of the 70s back. And some not so great ones. You had to do the loon pants, didn't you?
I know.
There's always summer.
My feet.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sarah James as Karen Carpenter. Well, it's that time again. Time for our studio audience, rabid with excitement, to vote one of our star guests into the live grand final. But if they're still undecided, here's a reminder that should help make their minds up once and for all. First on the show tonight, Richard Marsden as Brit Soul star Joe Cocker.
So beautiful to me.
Sarah Jane Tewson swaps 70s for 90s as Lisa Stansfield.
He doesn't see her like he used to do.
Andrew Walker was the music man, Barry Manilow.
You came and you gave without taking.
Amy Rowland sang The Light of My Life as Louise. And Sarah James brought back memories as Karen Carpenter.
Rainy days and Mondays always get me down.
Studio audience, cast your votes now. And while the studio audience are making that difficult decision, let's go backstage to the Nerve Centre and find out how tonight's star guests thought they did.
I was a little nervous at first, but once you actually walk down those stairs and sing them first notes, all the nerves go. It's just brilliant.
The whole experience has just been phenomenal. I just wish it wouldn't end, but it has to.
When I got my hair cut, it was just, Barry Manilow just looked back at me and I never thought that had happened, and I just feel wonderful.
So you have to pinch yourself to realise you're here and actually living your dream. It's brilliant.
I'm still shaking now, but it's a great feeling, it really is, and I've done it.
So who is tonight's grand finalist? Is it Joe Cocker, Lisa Stansfield, Barry Manilow, Louise, or Karen Carpenter? And the winner is Lisa Stansfield!
The makeup.
Oh.